How many chances do you have before your partner gives up on you? I had a couple in my office a long time ago, and the husband had a bunch of minor infractions. He hadn't done any deal breakers, but an accumulation of minor infractions. And he could tell when his wife said, "Look, we need to go to therapy." He could tell she was serious. And so they show up in my office, and the guy was scared. The wife was pretty shut down. And the guy did every single thing I asked him to do without hesitation. But no matter how good he did, the wife still stayed cold. She stayed hard. And I'm like, why aren't you giving this guy a chance? I like him. Why don't you like him? And I was confused by what I was seeing. And so I spent some time maybe doing some of the therapy stuff, like making sure that she wasn't depressed or that she didn't have issues from her childhood that were somehow impeding what I was seeing. And after spending some time with her, I came up with this story I'd like to share with you that I call the giver's basket. And I've seen this play out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over my years of doing therapy. So for this story, what I imagine is I imagine a big wicker basket, and it is filled with these brightly colored pickup sticks. You remember the game Pickup Sticks? And there's 10,000 of these sticks in the basket. Each one of these sticks represents a chance. There's 10,000 of them. And so, some days you may lose a stick. You can lose a stick for things you say or don't say, things you do or don't do. And so I gotta lose a stick for something I didn't say. Well, like if your woman is dressed up and she has to ask, how do I look? You could lose a stick. If she fixes a really good meal and you just simply say, thank you, I enjoy it, you could lose a stick because you're supposed to go, oh my God, that was delicious. Some days you may lose one stick, some days you may lose 5, bad day you might lose 25. And over time, the stick count goes down. And once a woman gets down to 100 sticks, she starts the process of thinking, do I really want to be in this relationship? It's just a matter of time before he blows through these sticks. And, but being busy with their career and the kids, they typically will stay in. But when you see the stick count get down to 30 sticks, the woman who may have been quiet up to this point will start getting verbal. And she's like, you got 30 sticks in this basket. I need you to do a better job. And men, we're typically kind of dumb when it comes to this stuff. And we'll go, yeah, I'm good. I won't need all those sticks. Not realizing, we had 10,000, just a few short years ago. Once the stick count gets down to 15, the woman starts getting a lot more verbal. Hey, you got 15 sticks in this basket. I need you to do a better job. And guys are like, yeah, I'll do better. But the giver knows something that the guy doesn't know. That once she throws that last stick out, she's done. She's done. And I have never successfully put a couple back together when that last stick has been thrown out. The closest I probably ever got was years ago. I had a guy come in who had ran through all his sticks in about a 2-year period. But the guy was very critical. He was constantly pointing out how his woman should do her hair, how she should do her makeup, stuff like that women really appreciate, right? And so anyway, the guy blowing through his sticks. He ran off his partner, and he was very committed. I got to do whatever I got to do to get her back. And he read all kind of books. He was in my office on a regular basis. He kind of became his own relationship specialist. And he eventually got her to come back. But something they realized, they had stopped coming to see me, but something he come to realize over time is that she had come back in body, but she had never come back in spirit. So guys, I need you to realize a couple of things. One is this: there is an infinite number of chances. Even if she seems extremely generous and she's going to forgive any and everything you do, there is a finite number, particularly if she is a more giving, people-pleasing type person. This process is always true. The The other side of this, givers, if your partner overall is doing pretty good, 80% of the time, and they say or do something that's messed up, and you reach in there to take a stick. If overall they've been doing better, what I want you to do is not take the stick, because overall we're doing better. And if they really do something that is extremely thoughtful, where they really are trying, here's what I want you to do. I want you to throw a handful of sticks back in the basket. And you say a handful, they went out one at a time, they're going in one at a time. Well, ladies, some guys will never fill that basket up if you take that approach. So, you want to throw a handful in, and here's why. And it's a quote from Shakespeare: "To thy own self be true." Why would I throw in a handful of sticks? Because that's who I am. I'm the giver. You have to stay true to your nature. A lot of times givers are typically followers. And so, guys, if you're setting a poor example, they're following your poor example. That's why I always say the man sets the tone for the relationship. So givers, regardless of how your partner is, you got to stay true to yourself. And givers are happiest when they're giving. They get into trouble when they start doing the math and they realize, hey, I'm doing more than they are. And that's what runs things aground. I'm not saying be okay with that. But for that part of your own sanity, mental health, and happiness, I encourage you that if they are doing something that is amazing, throw in that handful of sticks, because you'll feel a whole lot better for it. So be mindful of this process. I call it the giver's basket. Thank you for tuning in, and y'all stay posted for the next one. Thank you.